You wake up in the morning, and before the day even begins, your body is already working to repair, to cleanse, to prepare you for the next cycle of energy. Most people start their mornings in a rush, coffee brewing, phones buzzing, breakfast waiting. But there's one thing most don't realize. What you choose to put into your body first thing in the morning can either ignite your metabolism or completely shut it down for the rest of the day. There's a drink, simple, natural, and incredibly powerful, that sets your metabolism on fire. It helps your body do what it's designed to do: burn fat, stabilize blood sugar, and keep your energy steady. It's not a product, not a supplement, and definitely not a miracle shortcut. It's a formula your body recognizes because it's rooted in biology, not marketing. When we talk about fat burning, we often think of exercise or diets, but fat loss begins long before your first meal or your first step on the treadmill. It begins in your morning routine, specifically in what you drink when you wake up. See, when you've been asleep for 7 or 8 hours, your body has been fasting. You're in a state where your insulin levels are low and your fat-burning hormones like glucagon and growth hormone are elevated. This is the window of opportunity when your body is primed to burn stored fat for energy. But what do most people do? They break that fast immediately with sugary coffee, fruit juice, or processed breakfast foods. In one moment, they raise their insulin levels, stop fat burning, and tell the body to store fat instead. That's why even with exercise and calorie restriction, many people struggle because they never give their body the proper metabolic start. So what's the drink that changes everything? It's made of simple ingredients that work synergistically with your body's natural fasting rhythm. Warm water, fresh lemon, a pinch of pink salt, and a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. That's it. 4 simple things, but together they activate a powerful biochemical response. Let's understand what happens when you drink it. Warm water rehydrates the body after hours of rest. It wakes up the digestive system gently, improving circulation and promoting detoxification through the liver. Lemon adds vitamin C and natural antioxidants that support your immune system, but more importantly, it helps the liver in metabolizing fat. The pinch of pink salt is more important than most realize. Overnight, your body loses electrolytes through respiration and sweating. Replenishing sodium and trace minerals first thing in the morning helps balance adrenal function, which is directly tied to your energy and metabolism. People who skip this often feel fatigued or dizzy because they start the day depleted. And then comes the star apple cider vinegar. It's been studied for decades, and we now know it helps reduce post-meal glucose spikes, improve insulin sensitivity, and suppress appetite naturally. The acetic acid in it slows the rate at which food leaves your stomach, keeping you full longer and reducing cravings later in the day. It's a small biochemical nudge that tells your body to burn fat more efficiently. Now, I want you to imagine this. You wake up, drink this mixture, and for the next 60 to 90 minutes, you stay in that fasted state, hydrated, refreshed, alert. Your insulin levels remain low. Your fat stores begin to release energy, and your metabolism runs on clean fuel. You feel clear-headed, light, and calm. That's your body working exactly as it's meant to. Most people don't realize that the first hour of your day sets the tone for everything else. If you start with sugar, you'll chase sugar all day. If you start with stability, you'll crave balance all day. This is not about weight loss alone. It's about teaching your body to trust itself again. Your fat cells aren't your enemy. They're storage units. Your body built to protect you. When you give your body the right signals through fasting, hydration, and low insulin, it starts releasing that stored energy willingly. That's why this drink isn't melting fat through some external magic. It's simply allowing your metabolism to do what it's designed for. But here's what's truly powerful. When you make this drink part of your morning ritual, you begin to change your relationship with hunger and energy. You stop depending on stimulants to wake you up. You stop feeling those mid-morning crashes. Your body becomes a steady, efficient engine, burning, repairing, balancing, because you've removed the friction. Let's take a moment to understand why this works so deeply. When insulin is high, fat burning stops. It's that simple. Insulin tells your body we have fuel coming in, store the excess. When insulin drops, like it does during fasting or after the low-calorie morning drink, your body switches gears. It says, we need fuel, let's use what we've stored. That's fat oxidation, the scientific term for burning fat. Apple cider vinegar enhances this effect by making your cells more responsive to insulin when it's needed and less likely to overproduce it. That means when you finally eat late in the day, your blood sugar stays stable and you store less fat. Combine this with hydration, and you've created a metabolic environment that's peaceful, not reactive. The magic isn't in the drink itself. It's in the consistency. Your metabolism is like a rhythm. You can't reset it overnight, but you can train it day by day. Each morning you begin with this ritual. You strengthen that rhythm. Your body starts expecting balance instead of chaos. When you drink this every morning, for a week, you'll start noticing small things first. Less bloating, fewer cravings, more focus. By the second week, you'll wake up lighter. Not because the scale changed drastically, but because your body is using energy more efficiently. That's what real fat burning feels like. Not extreme hunger, not fatigue, but stability. And that's just the beginning. As you stay with this morning ritual, something quiet begins to shift. You start to notice your body responding differently to food, to stress, even to sleep. It's subtle at first, almost like a soft background hum that gets stronger each day. You feel lighter, not only in your body, but in your mind. There's a sense of control returning, a reminder that you're not at the mercy of your cravings anymore. You are back in charge of your biology. The human body is astonishingly intelligent. Every cell listens, adapts, and remembers the messages you send it. When you start your day with nourishment that supports rather than shocks the system, your cells respond with gratitude. They become more efficient, more synchronized. The morning drink becomes a message, a signal of calm and balance, telling your metabolism that you're ready to run on clean energy. Think of what usually happens otherwise. You grab a cup of sweetened coffee or fruit juice, and within 20 minutes, your blood sugar shoots up. The body, in its wisdom, releases insulin to protect you from that surge. Insulin does its job well. It takes glucose out of the blood and stores it in your cells. But here's the problem. When insulin rises sharply, fat burning stops completely. The body shifts from using fat to storing it. You might feel a brief burst of energy, but soon after, that crash hits, leaving you tired and craving more sugar. That's the cycle most people live in. A roller coaster of spikes and crashes. The morning drink breaks that cycle gently. By keeping insulin low and hydration high, it extends the natural fasting window your body has been in overnight. Instead of waking up your system with chaos, you wake it with clarity. There's also something deeply psychological about rituals. When you commit to one small act of self-respect in the morning, the rest of your day often aligns around that same energy. You start eating more consciously, you breathe more deeply, and you move your body with more awareness. It's not willpower, it's momentum. A body in balance creates a mind in balance. Hydration is a language your body understands instantly. After hours of sleep, your cells are slightly dehydrated, and even mild dehydration slows metabolism. Warm water, especially with minerals from pink salt, restores that fluid balance. It reactivates enzyme systems, supports blood flow, and helps oxygen reach your tissues efficiently. You can almost feel it as you sip that gentle awakening of life inside you. Lemon, with its acidity, aids digestion by supporting bile production. Bile isn't just for fat breakdown, it's a key detox pathway. The liver relies on it to flush out waste and excess hormones. A cleaner liver means more efficient metabolism and more stable mood regulation. That's why so many people report not only weight loss, but also clearer skin and sharper focus after adopting this ritual. Apple cider vinegar adds another layer. Salicylic acid triggers an enzyme called MPK, the same one activated by fasting and exercise. MPK tells your cells to start using fat for fuel and stop making new fat. It's like flipping a metabolic switch that favors energy production over storage. That's the real reason this drink works. It's not magic, it's chemistry in perfect alignment with your biology. But let's look beyond the biochemistry for a moment. There's something almost spiritual about beginning your day with mindfulness. When you stand in your kitchen early in the morning, quietly preparing this drink, you are setting an intention to nourish rather than numb, to heal rather than hurry. You pause, you breathe, you take ownership of your morning. That single act can change the trajectory of your entire day. Some people worry that such a simple habit can't have such a profound impact, yet that's the beauty of it. The body doesn't always need drastic interventions. It thrives on consistency and gentleness. When you repeat this practice daily, your metabolism adapts. Your mitochondria, the tiny powerhouses inside each cell, start producing energy more efficiently. That's why your energy feels cleaner. It's not the jittery kind that comes from caffeine. It's steady and grounded. As the days turn into weeks, something else happens. Your appetite resets. The cravings that once felt uncontrollable begin to fade. You no longer wake up needing sugar or heavy carbs to start the day. Your taste tastes evolve, preferring freshness over processed sweetness. This is your body's natural intelligence resurfacing after years of being suppressed by artificial stimulation. Now imagine pairing this drink with gentle morning movement, a short walk, some stretching or deep breathing by the window. That combination enhances fat burning dramatically. Movement, while insulin is low, teaches your body to pull energy from fat stores efficiently. You don't have to run marathons. Even 15 minutes of mindful motion can amplify the effects of your morning ritual. People often ask, how soon will I see results? The answer depends on what you mean by results. Within days, you'll feel more hydrated and alert. Within a week, you'll notice fewer cravings and steadier moods. Within a month, your clothes may fit differently, your digestion will improve, and your energy will last longer through the day. But the deeper result, metabolic flexibility, comes with patience. It's when your body seamlessly switches between burning glucose and fat as fuel. That's the hallmark of true health. The morning drink is not about restriction, it's about restoration. You're not forcing your body to lose fat, you're reminding it how to do what it was always capable of. Every sip reinforces that message. Every morning you choose it over a sugary alternative. You're teaching your body resilience. And there's a beautiful side effect, mental clarity. When your blood sugar stays stable, your brain operates on a cleaner form of fuel, ketones, and steady glucose. You think faster, your focus sharpens, and even your mood stabilizes. That fog that used to hang over your mornings begins to lift. People often describe this as feeling lighter, but it's more than that. It's coherence between body and mind. Some days you might be tempted to skip it or return to old habits. That's natural. But the difference now is awareness. You'll feel the contrast, the sluggishness after a heavy breakfast, the crash after sweet coffee, and you'll understand it instantly. Awareness creates choice, and choice is freedom. Remember, your body is never your enemy. The fat around your waist, the cravings, the low energy, they're all signals. Your body is talking to you, asking for balance. This drink is one way of listening, of responding with compassion instead of punishment. Keep in mind that healing isn't linear. Some mornings you'll feel amazing, others a little off. That's okay. The goal isn't perfection, it's alignment. With each day you practice, your baseline improves. You'll notice you recover faster from stress, sleep better at night, and wake up with more vitality. There's also an emotional layer to this transformation. Food and drink are deeply tied to comfort, memory, and habit. When you change what you consume first thing in the morning, you're not just altering your routine, you're rewriting part of your story. You're saying, I choose awareness over autopilot. And that simple declaration echoes through every decision you make that day. Over time, people who practice this ritual often report something unexpected, a new sense of peace around food. They stop labeling meals as good or bad and start seeing them as choices with different outcomes. That's a profound shift from control to collaboration with your body. The longer you maintain this habit, the more your metabolism adapts. Your body becomes efficient at using fat as fuel, even during sleep. That's when true transformation happens. It's not about chasing a number on the scale. It's about building a metabolism that works for you, not against you. So every morning, as you take that first sip, remember what it represents. Hydration, balance, awareness, and renewal. You're not just drinking water with a few ingredients, you're drinking intention. And intention, when repeated daily, becomes transformation. You begin to notice how connected everything is, what you drink, how you breathe, how you sleep. The human body doesn't operate in compartments. It's a single network of chemical signals, emotions, and energy. When you stabilize one part, your morning routine, the rest begins to harmonize almost on its own. Hormones start to follow a steadier rhythm. Cortisol, your natural wake-up hormone, peaks gently instead of spiking too hard. Insulin remains calm, giving glucagon and growth hormone a chance to do their quiet work of repairing and mobilizing fat stores. Even leptin and ghrelin, the hormones that tell you when you're full or hungry, start communicating clearly again. You stop eating out of habit and begin eating out of genuine need. That's what metabolic balance feels like. It's not constant restriction or endless hunger. It's calm. You eat, you feel satisfied, and you move on. The morning drink supports that balance because it's the first message your hormones receive each day. We are safe, we are hydrated, we are not under attack. Safety might sound like an emotional concept, but biologically it's everything. When the body perceives stress, whether from lack of sleep, constant snacking, or emotional tension, it holds on to energy as fat. It's protection. But when the body feels safe, it releases. This is why calm mornings lead to easier weight loss than chaotic ones. You're teaching your biology to trust you. Over weeks, the benefits ripple outward. Your digestion improves because stomach acid and bile flow are stimulated naturally. That means less bloating, less discomfort after meals, better absorption of nutrients. Your skin brightens because toxins are leaving through proper channels instead of lingering in the bloodstream. Even your sleep deepens because balanced blood sugar throughout the day prevents those 3 a.m. cortisol spikes that jolt you awake. And all of this began with one small act. Choosing to start the day with intention. The journey isn't always perfect. Some mornings you might wake up late, forget the drink, grab something quick, and notice how different you feel. That's part of the lesson. The contrast is powerful. It tells you what balance feels like and what imbalance costs you. Soon the choice becomes effortless, not from discipline, but from understanding. Many people, when they first hear about this ritual, want to modify it. They ask if they can add honey or blend it with fruit or replace vinegar with something else, but the simplicity is the key. The moment you add sugar, you change the entire metabolic message. The drink's power lies in being minimal. Hydration, acidity, trace minerals. It's not supposed to taste like dessert. It's supposed to taste like renewal. As weeks turn into months, your perspective on fat loss begins to evolve. You stop thinking in terms of punishment or reward, calories in or out. You begin to understand that real transformation happens when you create the right environment for your body to heal itself. Fat loss becomes a byproduct of health, not the goal itself. There's also an emotional freedom that appears quietly. Food no longer controls your day. You don't wake up needing to silence hunger with sweetness. You don't feel guilty for eating. You're simply in rhythm with your body. And that rhythm spills into everything. Your work, your relationships, your confidence. People may start to notice the change before you do. They'll say your eyes look clearer, your posture more relaxed, your energy calmer. That's the reflection of internal order. Showing on the outside, the drinking created, you did by showing up for yourself consistently. If there's one principle to remember, it's this. The body is always trying to heal. Every single morning, it gives you another chance. When you support it instead of overwhelming it, it responds faster than you imagine. You might find after a few months that you no longer even crave the morning drink out of need. It simply becomes part of who you are, like brushing your teeth or taking a breath before speaking. That's when you know the habit has moved from effort to identity. Sometimes people worry that if something feels this easy, it can't be effective. But ease is a sign of alignment, not weakness. Health isn't supposed to feel like a battle. It's supposed to feel like cooperation. So tomorrow morning, when you wake up, don't rush, sit for a moment, feel your breath, then pour the warm water, squeeze the lemon, add the vinegar, the pinch of salt, watch the ingredients swirl and settle. That small swirl is a reminder of what's happening inside you. Different elements coming together in harmony, creating something greater than their parts. Sip it slowly. Let it move through you. Feel the warmth spread through your chest and stomach. Know that with each sip, you're signaling your body to wake gently, to burn cleanly, to move with purpose. Over time, this ritual will give you more than fat loss. It will give you stability, mental clarity, and a sense of inner discipline that feels like peace. You'll start to notice you have more energy in the afternoons, less hunger late at night, fewer emotional swings. That's the quiet revolution happening inside your hormones, your nervous system, your cells. And perhaps the most profound change is gratitude. You'll find yourself grateful for the body you once criticized, grateful for the mornings that once felt heavy. You'll realize that transformation isn't about forcing a new body into existence. It's about returning to the intelligence that was always there. So keep showing up. 1 glass each morning, one quiet choice at a time. Over weeks, those moments accumulate. They turn into momentum. And momentum becomes mastery. Because fat doesn't melt from effort alone. It melts when the conditions are right. You are creating those conditions. Calm mornings, stable insulin, hydrated cells, and a mind that believes in patience. That is how real change happens. Quietly, steadily, one sunrise at a time.